Hey, here's Mikey back. I'm standing in front of my shop, which is filled with sawdust, alright? But I want to talk about my truck today. I've got a 2006 Ford F150. It's the Lariat model, alright? And I have a problem, alright? I've got about 120,000 miles on this truck, and everything's been pretty good. I've had a few minor hiccups here and there, but the problem now is this damn thing doesn't want to steer. If you go down the highway, I don't notice it so much when I'm driving locally, but when I'm on a highway, you get up to about 50, 60, 70 or 80, you can't turn the wheel. It feels like it's locked. It's serious. It's a serious problem, all right? So now I'm outside. It's pretty cold out right now, so I'm going to cover this more in depth, the problem itself, when I go inside. But what I want to do right now, I'm going to show you what I found the problem to be. Okay, I don't know how well you can see in here, but you see that shaft right there with the little universal on it right there? All right, that's the problem. Not from the universal back up to the steering wheel, but from here down. It's a two-piece shaft. One goes inside of the other. There are three universals on it. There's one here, one down the middle, and one down the bottom. I might be wrong. I have to look closer. It might be two. At any rate, that's the problem. It's called an intermediate steering shaft. Okay? It binds up. For whatever reason, I don't know what Ford had in mind with the thing when they found out they were having problems. I feel they should have recalled it and replaced that, and free of charge to the people that bought these vehicles. And it's cold outside, so I wanted you to see that, all right? So we're going to go back inside now. All right, it looks like my part came in for my truck. A couple years ago, it started to get really stiff. I could barely even turn the wheel. And I thought it was something to do with the power steering. Maybe the belt was going, or I was out of fluid. I don't know what was wrong. So I looked everything over. I couldn't see anything obvious. Not that I'm a mechanic. You know, I'm a woodworker. But I know my way around motors a little bit, or engines and cars and whatnot and all. So anyway, when I Google, I find out that the problem is nothing to do with the power steering unit or anything else. It's this, I think they call it intermediate shaft, steering shaft on these Fords. They were having a problem with them. And if you go to a dealer, they want anywhere from maybe $600 to $800, give or take, to replace this thing. And I said, Christ, I didn't want to spend that kind of money. I would if I had to, but when I Googled, somebody said, one of the videos I saw is they just squirt their universals with WD-40. I grabbed a can of WD-40, shot it, saturated. The two universals I can see. There's one up high, right where it comes out of the firewall, and there's another one that's all the way down by the radiator. Kind of difficult to get at, but you can see it, and you can easily squirt WD-40 or any silicone down there. So I did that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just saved $600 to $800, right? Because it's working like a charm. Well, it worked for about a year. And then the problem started coming back again. So I went and squirted again. It only worked for a day or two. I'll tell you, the problem is mostly, it's not so much local driving, short term. It's when you get up on a highway or a long stretch of a decent road, 45 to 60 miles an hour, you can't turn it. It's like the steering wheel is locked, and you try to turn, you just can't turn it, all right? When it slows down, it seems to be a little bit better. I don't know what the problem is, but I went online. I'm not going to order through a Ford dealer. I wanted, from what I read online, all the videos I read, there seems to be a general consensus to stay away from the cheaper parts, the generic companies and all. You can get these things for $75, $100 or so, give or take. A dozen, 2 dozen different sources for generic parts. There's a company, I think it's called Dorman, that makes pretty good quality Ford replacement parts. They want almost the same price as the Ford. I found it online. I'm not exactly sure who I bought. Auto Pro America Incorporated. I ordered from them. It was $264. I didn't have to pay shipping, I don't think, but I did have to pay tax. And it brought it to about $280 some, which is a lot less money than going to a Ford dealer. And from what I read, there's only, and what I can see on my truck, there's one bolt up the top connecting the universal to the shaft coming out of the firewall, and there's another one down the bottom. One is a 10 millimeter bolt, one is a 13. I'm not sure which is which, but the one up top is very easy to get to. The one down the bottom, it looks like I'm going to have to take the radiator shroud, a plastic shroud off or something to make easier access. Or I could jack it up or maybe lift it with my forklift and get underneath. Maybe that's a little easier. That's for later in the video. For right now, let's open this box. All right, here we go. I bought it from right here. I guess you can make this out. I don't know if it's focusing or not. All right, auto whatever, okay. And here it is. This is the genuine Ford part, supposed to be, all right. There's the part number. And there's another one that looks just like this. All the numbers and letters are the same, except that 3 is a 1. It works for the same model years, but I think it's for a Lincoln Navigator, not for the F-150. So be careful when you look at it. It's about $40 less. I almost ordered it by mistake. It's 8L-1Z, and then everything else being the same. So make sure you get the 3Z, not the 1Z, if you're looking to replace the shaft on an F-150. So let's go ahead, let's open this up and see what we got inside here. All right. By the way, today is Saturday. I ordered this online Tuesday. All right. They said it was supposed to come between June 3rd and June 10th. Today's June 1st. So from Tuesday to Saturday, it came regular mail, USPS. All right, so it's wrapped up in a paper. Here's the invoice. You could freeze frame it if you want. You want to see I paid $264.96 and $17.55 tax for a total of $282.50. Okay. Condition new. This is supposed to be a genuine Ford part. Okay. Like the return, there's a signature here, so, all right, let's, now I'll tell you the truth, let me see, I don't know if I see anything, any Ford logos or, okay, this is, it telescopes in now. And that's because your suspension as the car's driving. But what it does, it just turns on, and this, it's got to be universals because it's not a straight line from the firewall down to the, where the steering shaft attaches to the axle. So, and right off the bat, I see they don't give you bolts, all right? And I did buy some Loctite. I'm not sure where I put it, but I did order Loctite, the blue Loctite. You want to put that on the threads. We sure as hell don't want these things loosening up and coming off while you're steering at 65, 70, 80 miles an hour on a turnpike or a highway or something. But, so for right now, this is what we got. So at any rate, here's the part. I'm either going to save the existing bolts when I take them off. Yeah, definitely this is a smaller hole here. This is the 10 millimeter. And this is the 13 millimeter. So I'm not sure which end at the moment, which is the top or bottom. Oh, I believe it goes this direction. Yes, this is the top. I remember looking on mine, the piston goes up inside this cylinder, not piston, but the rod. The top part has the heavier part, and this part is up in here. It's not this direction. So definitely this is the top. Okay, because I used to squirt, when I was putting the silicone, I was shooting silicone into this shaft, thinking maybe the problem is not the universals, maybe It's this where it goes back and forth. So I figured if I squirted the silicone down in here, it would drip down and lubricate this, and maybe that was the problem. This was stiff and not, you know, riding back and forth. This feels kind of stiff going in there. It almost feels as if there's compression on it, like a shock or something. Okay, I'll update you later. All right, this is the part. At any rate, I just want you to know that that was the problem I had with the Ford, and that replacement part, that did work. Now, this video I'm recording right now is 2 years after you saw me in the other part of the video where I'm opening the box and taking receipt from the delivery driver. What happened, I had the problem, well actually almost 2.5 years ago I had the problem, and I had it taken care of, and out of sight, out of mind, I forgot about the video. I never finished it for whatever reason. I don't know, I got involved with different things and all, and I was just going through my computer and I found the footage from when I opened that box. I said, geez, I never finished that up. So here I am 2.5 years later or whatever, and I want to finish the video and I'm uploading it. So there you go. I'll let you know I didn't replace the part myself. I got too busy, so I went over to the mechanic that I was having the tires put on. He does a lot of my work for me. And I asked if he could put the part on even though I bought it, which I'm not real comfortable doing that. I don't feel it's kosher. But he said, no problem, Mike. You know, you saved me the problem of getting one. So he put it on. It was about $60 for him to install it. He said it was about a half hour. All right. The truck was on. Oh, there goes my compressor. The truck was in for something else, so he didn't have to, you know, dedicate time just to that. He was already on the lift, so whatever. All right. That fixed my problem. All right. I don't want to go wandering off the topic. If you have a steering problem, 2004 to 2008 Ford F-150s, this is your steering problem. Replace that intermediate shaft. Either take it to a mechanic and tell him to replace it, pay him, take it to your Ford dealer, or do like I did, go online and buy it and either install it yourself, which is not a big deal. It's, you don't have to be some kind of ace mechanic to do this. It's a simple bolt at the top and a simple bolt at the bottom. Top one's very easy to get at. The bottom one is a little difficult. If you don't have a lift, it's difficult to get to. I think my mechanic said he even pulled part of the shroud off that was around the, did he take that off? Yeah, I think that there's a shroud around the radiator or something. He had to take that off to make it a little easier to get to the bolt, even though it was up on the lift, all right? So, but a half hour later, you know, not a big deal, all right? I'm talking, I don't want to talk, I got work to do. I'm going to go make some sawdust. Ford F-150s, they rule. If you have a steering problem, replace your intermediate shaft. Go make some sawdust. Bye all.